Meanwhile, President Trump issuing a new warning to Tehran overnight, writing this on Truth Social, quote, Iran can't get their act together. They don't know how to sign a non-nuclear deal. They better get smart soon. Lucas Tomlinson's live in Dubai. I think the timestamp on that message was 4 a.m. Eastern time, Lucas. If that's accurate, he was up early. Hello to you.
There's no question after a late night at the White House hosting that state dinner, King Charles and Rory McIlroy, Bill. Now, this congressional panel ostensibly is to talk about President Trump's new $1.5 trillion defense budget that equates to about 5% of the U.S. economy. Back in the Reagan years, the high water mark was about 6%. The low water mark during Jimmy Carter's presidency, 4.5%. So some say this budget increase is long overdue and expect many questions about the 2-month-long war against Iran. The last 21 days under a ceasefire. Now the Wall Street Journal reporting that President Trump has told aides to prepare to extend the blockade on Iran that has been in effect for the past 2 weeks. The blockade in Iran's storage tanks are nearing capacity. Bill, it might be forced to shut down oil production in the next 3 weeks with risks of permanent damage. And while the blockade aims to shut down trade inside Iran, its effects also being felt at home as the price of gasoline is now the highest in America in 4 years. Iran feeling the pain too. Its currency has plummeted to a record low, trading at around 1.8 million rials per dollar. And the Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed. Talks are stalled overnight. A Japanese oil tanker carrying 2 million barrels of Saudi crude transited the strait for the first time since the war started. And more oil could be flowing from here in the UAE after the Emirates left OPEC yesterday, nearly 60 years after its founding. The oil cartel's fourth largest producer, seventh most in the world, choosing autonomy and free markets over the Saudi-dominated cartel. So Secretary Hegseth and General Kane are expected on Capitol Hill within the next hour. It could be a little sporty in there, Bill. Keep it right here on the Fox News channel for the latest.
Sure will. Good to have you back there in Dubai, Lucas Tomlinson. Thank you, Lucas. Dana?
And for more on this, let's bring in Republican Senator Tim Sheehy of Montana. He's a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Around 4 a.m. or so, the president posted something that basically had a pretty provocative picture and said, "No more Mr. Nice Guy." Before we talk about the hearing today, I want to get your take on where you think things are and what the next steps should be.
What we've effectively done now, Dana, is we've debilitated Iran's capability to project power and terror around the region. As you know, whether it's the Houthi rebels, Hezbollah, Hamas, or other proxy groups around the Middle East, Iran has long been the largest state sponsor of terror. They've also been the largest destabilizing force in the region. They can't push that kind of firepower around the region anymore. Of course, they still have some muscle for the Straits of Hormuz. We're dealing with that now. So now we've transitioned into a phase where it's really going to be an economic pressure campaign. And I think Scott Bessent has, of course, been articulating that well. And the president, of course, is applying maximum pressure to finally get resolution to a 47-year problem that America's been dealing with.
All right, let's also look at CENTCOM. They put this out in a post saying that prior to the U.S. blockade on Iran, 5 ships were moored and anchored in the Iranian port Charbahar on an average day. Today, more than 20 vessels remain there as U.S. forces cut off economic trade going into and out of Iran during the ongoing blockade. This also from the Institute for the Study of War on Tuesday, saying that Iran's highest national security decision-making body is preparing for a potential protest wave as economic deterioration and social pressure intensify. You know, we've had precious little information and video coming out of Iran about what the people there are going through, to the extent possible without revealing anything that you can't under the law. Can you give us a sense of why the Institute of Study of War thinks that there's about to be a big protest?
Well, the reality is that the only economic lifeline Iran has is their oil industry. And of course, the chief beneficiary of that is China. What we've done lately, especially with our own blockade of the Straits, is ensure that that access to oil for the global markets to discounted, sanctioned Iranian oil is, of course, being cut off. And as you're seeing those ships pile up in the ports, what's ultimately going to happen is Iran's oil production is going to collapse. Because if those wells don't constantly run, the wells shut down. And starting them is too expensive. They either have to burn off the oil, literally destroy it, as they're running out of storage, or they have to shut the wells down. So we've got them between a rock and a hard place economically. It's incredibly important to keep the pressure on, and I think as that pressure is felt by the Iranian people, hopefully we see the kind of uprising that I think we saw in January, where unfortunately so many of their own citizens were killed by this terrible regime. This time, hopefully it'll be successful.
Let's ask you about a different topic. This is one that the Senate and the House have to figure out. On the Senate side, maybe you could give us your thoughts about the FISA deadline This is for intelligence collection when somebody from overseas might be trying to cooperate with somebody inside our country. Here's what Ron Wyden, who is against a FISA extension, said.
The Senate is now delaying a vote on FISA because members are waking up to the fact that this surveillance authority is too dangerous to hand any president without new reforms. When it comes to reauthorizing Section 702, I'm here to offer the judgment that the only path forward is reform.
He's saying that there's a danger in extending it. Is there a danger in not extending it?
There absolutely is, Dan, and of course you know from your experience in the White House the kind of threats we face and the intricate web that our adversaries don't have to follow the same constitutional requirements that we do, which are a good thing, but they also build inherent weaknesses into our open society. And the fact that our adversaries will use any and all tools at their disposal to assault us, to weaken our country, makes it very clear that we have to have these FISA authorities. So I'm hoping we can get resolution on that quickly, because this is, especially at this time, was the largest state sponsor of terror is attempting to kill our leaders and kill our people. We've got to be able to protect ourselves. So negotiations are ongoing. I'm hopeful we'll get there here in the next 24 hours.
Okay, Senator, thank you so much. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.